All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll run it here. This is James White. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go.
They'll run with White. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw, Darnold. Complete outright to Kurtz. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Darnold going underneath for Crowell. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Carry for Isaiah Crowell. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
throw on second down is Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. On 4th down, Darnold into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
All right, here we go. Green!
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, Michelle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
Green 39.
Now back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
New York set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
On 2nd down, Darnold buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. A little dump off for Crowell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a give to Crowell. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go.
Now a carry for White. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Set. 3-19.
They'll drop to throw. And a dump off to White. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And able to find Dorsett. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And some room to work. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
We got 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
This is Michel on the counter. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
Now let's go.
On the handoff, it's Michel, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is White on the screen. Wiggles free, and he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Let's go.
On third down. That's White. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without...
And that's caught by Gronk for a Pats touchdown. Rob Gronkowski in the final seconds of the first half. And the Pats able to cash in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On first down, Darnold. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold on first down. Dumps off to Powell. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To the air again, Darnold. They fights him off, being chased out left. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. On 1st and 10, Darnold. And an alley to run. And he coughed it up. And the Patriots have it.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to look deep for Edelman. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
left to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. A first down throw, Darnold. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Darnold now to throw. A screen complete to Crowell. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Watch him now, Barney.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out, and he fires one that's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He couldn't hook up with a Nunwa that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Now let's go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Third down. That's White. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be a 34-yard attempt. o'clock now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Leopard!
Faking the give, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target, and it's third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. Then he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
No gain on the play there, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. To throw on second down is Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there in both of these defenses. They've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. He's got Curse. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd down, Darnold dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Darnold. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So the Patriots coming out now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more, plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. Boo, Lanny. Boo, Lanny.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And New York set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
On first down, it's Darnold. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now it's Darnold. Anuno's got it. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He's back to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. He'll look to throw. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's a new one. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on fourth down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Patriots, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.